Okay, good morning, dear students. Some important points and lab activities. Okay, today we're going to discuss about heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition. Okay, dear students, in the living world, all organisms are capable of surviving under different conditions and acquiring their food in different ways. Okay, actually, we have already studied about organisms that capture light to produce their food. These are autotrophic in nature. So, two types living organisms are there: autotrophic living organisms and heterotrophic living organisms. So, heterotrophic living organisms, they are depending on other living organisms for food purpose, because they are not preparing self-food material. Okay, yes, friends. Heterotrophic nutrition is a mode of nutrition in which organisms depend upon other organisms for food to survive. Okay, heterotrophic nutrition is a mode of nutrition in which organisms depend upon other organisms for food to survive. Actually, two types living organisms are there: autotrophic living organisms or nutrition. Okay, autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. So they can't make their food own, like green plants. Okay, dear friends, they can't make their food own like green plants. Heterotrophic organisms have to take in all the substances they need to survive. Okay, green plants, they are preparing self-food material by process photosynthesis. Okay, actually we were discussing in previous classes, dear students, about photosynthesis. Okay, so plants also known as producers, because they are preparing self-food material, the process of photosynthesis, and they giving to other living organisms. They are heterotrophic living organisms. Okay, so they are also known as consumers. Yes, so photosynthesis is the process by which plants containing the green plants, okay, containing the green pigment, that is chlorophyll. Okay, this chlorophyll build up complex organic molecules from relatively simple organic ones. Okay, and using sunlight as an energy source. So the process of photosynthesis is very complex. Okay, there are several steps in it and several intermediate compounds are formed. Okay, so they are all autotrophic living organisms. So heterotrophic organisms have to take in all organic substances they need to survive. And dear friends, all animals, of course, even human being also considered as animal. Okay, all animals, certain types of fungi. Okay, certain types of fungi and non-photosynthesizing plants are heterotrophic. Okay, of course, all plants are all preparing self-food material, but dear friends, one point is there, but chlorophyll is there. Okay, chlorophyll is there. But here, dear students, let us have a look here. All animals, certain types of fungi. Of course, in plant kingdom, we were already discussed, dear students, in 9th class. Yes, diversity living organisms. Okay, 5th chapter. So diversity in living organisms in we were already discussed about kingdom, plant kingdom and animal kingdom. Plants divided into different types of okay. So but all plants are producers and they are preparing self-food material. Okay, preparing self-food material, but some types or non-photosynthesizing plants are heterotrophic. Okay, this point is very important, dear students, because there is no chlorophyll. Okay, fungi also in plant kingdom. Okay, same like plants, but there is no chlorophyll. So that's why fungi depending on other living organisms or depending on producers or depending on plants. So for food purpose, okay, for food purpose. And non-photosynthesized plants are heterotrophic. Okay, so non-photosynthesizing means there is no chlorophyll and they are not preparing self-food material. Okay, so this point is also very important. All animals, because animals, yes, there is no, in animals there is no chlorophyll and there is no preparing self-food material. And also fungi, of course, fungi in plants, or it is considered as plant kingdom, but there is no chlorophyll. So even though they are depending on other living organisms. Okay, so dear students, heterotrophic nutrition, of course, these are all Nepenthes. Actually, this is Nepenthes plant. So this is actually plant, but depending on other living organisms for food purpose. Yes, dear students, this is yes, this is cap and mug-like or jug-like structure, and this is actually captures different types of insects and for nutrition purpose, dear students, for nutrition purpose. Yes, this is also okay. And nutrition in amoeba. Okay, dear students, nutrition in amoeba. Actually, yes, amoeba is single cell living organism. Yes, we are already discussed in 8th and 9th class also. Okay, dear students, amoeba actually single cell living organism, and it is heterotrophic nutrition. So yes, this is nutrition in amoeba. Yes, dear students, we know very well about amoeba, and there is no particular shape. Okay, yes, this is nucleus, and this one is food particle, and one actually, yes, B, pseudopodia. Pseudopodia is there. It is for purpose capturing food materials. Yes, let us have a look here, dear friends, how capture food particles. Okay, this is actually pseudopodia. Okay, pseudopodia, and food particle is there. pseudopodia. Okay, dear students. So this is actually heterotrophic nutrition in amoeba. So, and so this is actually process, Nana. So nutrition in amoeba. Amoeba takes its nutrition through a process called phagocytosis. Yes, this point is very important, dear friends. Amoeba takes its nutrition through a process called phagocytosis. Okay, dear friends, in the living world, all organisms are capable of surviving under different conditions. Okay, and acquiring their food in different ways. So we have already studied about organisms that can capture light to produce their food. So these are autotrophic in nature, but these are heterotrophic in nature. Okay, so phagocytosis, where the entire organism swallows the food it plans on eating up. Yes, this is process, dear students. So nutrition in amoeba. Amoeba takes its nutrition through process called phagocytosis, where the entire organism swallows the food it plans on eating up. Okay, the mode through which an amoeba engulfs nutrition is known as holotoic nutrition. Yes, this point is also very important, dear students. The mode through which an amoeba engulfs nutrition is known as holotoic nutrition. Okay, it leads to the process of ingestion, digestion, and digestion of food material. Okay, yes, the mode to which an amoeba engulfs nutrition is known as holozoic nutrition, and it leads to the process of ingestion, digestion, and digestion of food material. Yes, so this point is also very important. And amoeba does not have any specialized organ for nutrition. Yes, this point is also very important. So amoeba does not have any specialized organ for nutrition. Okay. So the entire process is carried by body surface with the assistance of pseudopodia. Yes, dear friends, this pronunciation is also very important, dear friends. Okay. This is actually pseudopodia. Yes. So actually, depending on the type of availability of food, organisms can assert to a range of strategies of food intake and use. Some organisms break down the food materials outside the body and then absorb it. Actually, for example, bread molds, yeast, mushrooms, etc., which are called saprophytes. Actually, some other organisms derive nutrition from plants or animals without killing them. So this type of parasitic nutritive strategy is used by a wide of variety of organisms like us already we learned, Nana. Yes, so this is actually, dear students, single cell amoeba, single celled organism. The food may be actually taken in by the entire surface, but as the complexity of organism increase and different parts become specialized to perform different functions actually. But in amoeba, there is no special organs for nutrition, for food using temporary, and in amoeba, yes, pseudopodia is yes, cells surface which yes, fuse over the food particle forming food vacuole. Inside the food vacuole, complex substances are broken down into small or simpler ones, and then diffuse into the cytoplasm. Yes, diffusion and osmosis, these words are already we learnt in 9th class, dear friends. In which lesson? Yes, plasma membrane. Okay, actually, yes, these are all some important points already we learnt in 9th class. So the diffuse into the cytoplasm, and the remaining undigested material is moved to the surface of cell and thrown out in paramecium. Of course, another living organism in paramecium also. So this is about nutrition in amoeba, and there is no particular parts or materials, that is only pseudopodia. Yes, dear students, amoeba does not have any specialized organ for nutrition, and the entire process is carried by the body surface with the assistance of pseudopodia. Yes, and nutrition in paramecium. Okay, so this is another living organism, dear students, nutrition in paramecium. Yes, so this is actually, yes, paramecium, dear students. Posterior end and anterior end. Yes. So anal pore. This is anal pore. Yes. Trichocyst. Micronucleus. Okay. Let us have a look here, dear friends. Micronucleus. This is paramecium. Actually, this one is anterior end and posterior end. So two types nucleus are there, Nana. Yes. Micronucleus. Yes, micro means small size. And macronucleus. This one is macronucleus. Yes. Okay. This is trichocyst. Yes, this one is micronucleus. Okay. Micro means small size, and this one is macro means big size. Okay. So two types nucleus are there. Nucleuses, two types are there, and this one is oral groove. Okay. This one is buccal cavity and food in oral groove. Okay. And food in oral groove and food vacuoles. And dear students, one more thing. Yes, this is very important. Cilia. Okay, for purpose moving, and pellicle, endoplasm. Yes, this is endoplasm, ectoplasm. Yes, anterior contractile vacuoles. Yes, this is about paramecium. Okay. So nutrition in paramecium. Nutrition in Paramecium. So mostly Paramecium is heterotrophic. Mostly Paramecium is heterotrophic. Bacteria, algae, yeast, and other microorganisms feed on them. Okay. Bacteria, algae, yeast, and other microorganisms feed on them. By the motion of cilia, yes. Cilia, yes. By the motion of cilia, the food laden water is drawn within and it heads to the site, yes, cytostome and to the gullet or gullet and chepoch. So by the motion cilia, the food laden water is drawn within the or within and yes heads to the cytostome and to the gullet. The food at the posterior end of the cytopharynx is loaded. Yes, the remaining yes spots, and which is also, of course, dear students, one more thing or one more important point. Paramecium is also a unicellular organism. The cells has different shape. Food is taken in at a specific spot. Okay, specific spot. Food is moved to the spot by the movement of cilia, which covers the entire surface of cell, and where the food is ingested. Yes, cytostome, that is known as cytostome. So it gets covered by the vacuoles, pinches off in the endoplasm and circulates. Okay. So digestion or digestive enzymes found in food vacuoles function upon the food. Okay. So digestion enzymes food in food vacuoles function upon the food. Yes, parasitic nutrition. Yes, this is also complete. Okay, this passage of food through the alimentary. Yes, digestion system in a human being is some important points, and how nutrition in human being already, yes, we learned. Actually, this is the passage of food through the alimentary canal, gut. Okay, so soft palate and tonsils, tongue. Yes, 3 pairs of salivary glands are there. Dear students, let us have a look here. Actually, this is nutrition in human being. Okay, so areas of the throat, pharynx and nasopharynx. Yes, hypopharynx. Food is cut and crushed by our teeth in the mouth and mixed with the saliva to make it wet and slippery. Yes, mastication. This is known as mastication, and saliva is secreted by 3 pairs of salivary glands. 2 pairs are located at the side. Okay, let us have a look here, dear friends. 2 pairs are located at the side of the jaw and below the tongue. This 1 pair is located in the, yes, palate. Okay, 1 pair is located in the palate. So saliva mainly contains an enzyme and amylase, so ptyalin. Let us have a look here, dear students. Tongue. Amylase, which helps the breakdown of complex carbohydrates to simple ones, actually, dear friends. So amylase, which helps in the breakdown of complex carbohydrates to simple ones. This process of breakdown of complex substances into simple substances with the help of enzymes and absorbed into the body is called digestion. Okay. So this is actually a heterotrophic nutrition, but in nutrition in human being. Okay, nutrition in human beings. The tongue helps in the mixing the food and pushing into the next pot. So peristaltic movement is esophagus. So activity of another activity is there, dear friends. That is peristaltic movement. Okay. So glottis down and open. So how to enter food and peristaltic movement. Food. This is yellow color food, and this ball-like structure is there. That is known as bolus. Okay. So esophageal sphincter and contracted muscles, and sphincter relaxed muscle and relaxed muscles are there. So this is actually peristaltic movement. Okay, peristaltic movement. Yes, dear students, you can also perform the S activity by this activity using boiled rice water. Okay, boiled rice water, that means ganji. Okay, the soft food mixed with saliva is passed through the esophagus or food pipe. Of course, esophagus or food pipe by wave-like movements. Okay, wave-like movements are called peristaltic movement to the stomach. Yes, at the stomach, food gets stirred with gastric juice and HCl. So now the food is in semi-solid condition in stomach. Okay, semi-solid condition. The digestion of food goes on. Most proteins are broken down into smaller molecules with the help of enzyme pepsin acting on them. So actually this is peristaltic movement in esophagus, dear friends. Okay. Yes, food in the form of soft, yes, slimy or substance where some proteins and carbohydrates have already been broken down is called chyme. Okay. So now food materials pass from the stomach to the small intestine, and here the ring-like muscles called pyloric sphincters are there. So yes, let us have a look at this, dear students. Esophagus, and this is yellow color is food, and this is known as bolus, the area of contraction, the area of relaxing. Okay, area of relaxation. This is food bolus, the area of relaxation, area of contraction. So glottis down and open and relaxed muscles. Okay. Dear friends, this is actually, yes, esophagus already in peristaltic movement is there. So this is stomach. So esophageal sphincter. So esophageal sphincter. Use stomach. And pyloric sphincter. Okay, let us have a look at dear students. So actually this is human digestion system. So we are discussing nutrition in human beings. Digestion in stomach. Yes, already this is lunch. Okay, once again. Yes, this is actually small and large intestine. Friends, small and large intestine. Okay, this is transverse colon. Okay, first small intestine. Okay, small intestine and descending colon, sigmoid colon, transverse colon, ascending colon, yes, cecum, and this one is appendix. Okay, this is rectum, and anal canal. Okay, anal canal. Yes, digestion and absorption in small intestine. The pyloric sphincter muscles relax to open the passage of food into the small intestine. The sphincter muscles are responsible for the regulating opening of the passage that only small amount of food materials may be passed into the small intestine. So the small intestine is the larger part of alimentary canal, and it is the site of further digestion of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. It receives secretion of liver, pancreas for the purpose. These juices render the internal conditions of the intestine gradually to a basic or alkalic one. Okay, dear friends, this is total digestion system and parts label. Okay, human digestion system and yes, nutrition in heterotrophic living organisms we are discussing actually, but nutrition in human beings, the process. Okay, so this is mouth. Already we learned about in mouth 3 pairs of salivary glands are there. Okay, this is mouth. Okay, salivary glands, and this is esophagus. Yes, in esophagus peristaltic movement is there. Okay, peristaltic movement is there, and this one is stomach. Okay, this one is stomach, and yes, yellow color material is there. This is known as actually, yes, dear students, let us have a look here carefully. Pancreas, and this one is liver, and small pea-like structure is there. Yes, in green color, dear students. Okay, this is gallbladder. Okay, these are very important parts. Liver and pancreas is in digestion system, in human digestion system. Okay, pancreas, and next one is small intestine. Yes, small intestine, appendix, large intestine, and this one is rectum and anus. Okay, so this is human digestion system. Yes, activity 4, activity 5, activity 4. Actually, just we can Peristalic movements. So these are all digestive enzymes in human being, dear students. Yes, styline, salivary glands, secreted by first serial number 1. This enzyme substance. Second one is enzyme substance and secreted into digestion juice and act on and products. Okay, and products. So tyline is salivary amylase, so secreted by salivary glands and buccal cavity, secreted into digestion juice, saliva. Okay, digestion juice, saliva, acts on carbohydrates. Okay, different nutrients are there, dear students. Carbohydrates, proteins, we already learned in previous classes. So carbohydrates, proteins, fats, different nutrients are there. So carbohydrate, products, maltose. Okay, next one is pepsin. So secreted by gastric glands. Okay, secreted into stomach, digestive juice, gastric juice. Yes, act on proteins and products, peptones. So this is very important, dear students. Third one is bile, and there is no enzymes. In bile, no enzymes. So liver, secreted by liver, secreted into duodenum and digestive juice, bile juice, and some fats. So products emulsification, breaking down of large fats into small globules. Yes, this point is very important, dear students. And next one is amylase. Amylase and secreted by pancreas and secreted into duodenum. Digestive juice is pancreatic juice, acts on carbohydrates and products maltose. Fifth one is trypsin, pancreas. So secreted by pancreas, trypsin, and secreted into duodenum and digestion juice, pancreatic juice. Okay, this table is very important, yes friends. Pancreas is, so trypsin we are discussing now. Pancreatic juice, proteins, axan. This is actually axan proteins and products, peptones. And sixth one is lipase. Okay, sixth one is lipase, secreted by pancreas, secreted into duodenum, digestive juice, pancreatic juice, and acts on fats. Okay, acts on fats and products, fatty acids, and glycerol. So peptidases, next one is intestinal glands and small intestine. This is actually secreted into small intestine, and juice is intestinal juice and acts on peptides and products as amino acids. Intestinal glands, small intestine. This is actually, dear friends, secreted into small intestine, and juices, digestion juices, intestinal juice, and acts on sucrose and sugar. Actually, products glucose. This is about activity. Another activity is there. Actually, studying the enzymes chart. This is, dear friends, this is actually studying the enzymes chart. Okay, let us study the chart showing different enzymes and digestion uses and their functions in human being. And we already discussed table 1. This is actually activity. So studying the enzymes chart. Flow chart of human digestion system already we have discussed. First, food. Okay, food, mouth, buccal cavity. Yes, this is yes, food first. Food, mouth, buccal cavity. Yes, pharynx, esophagus, and cardiac stomach. Okay. Next, enter pyloric stomach. Yes, duodenum, small intestine, large intestine, and rectum, anus. So in duodenum, yes, bile and pancreas juice. Pancreas is bile juice. So actually, liver and pancreas is secreted into duodenum. Okay, secreted into duodenum. This is flow chart of human digestion system. So vomiting is also, yes, dear friends, vomiting. Vomiting is the body way of protecting you from threats, of course. Sometimes when it detects the harmful substances or vomiting or something irritating your body, actually thinks you're being poisoned. Okay, the body nature reaction is to rid the body of that threat, causing it to expel the contents of stomach. Okay, vomiting. Yes, this is also human digestion. So esophagus, stomach. Okay, stomach, pancreas. Yes, liver, gallbladder. Yes, gallbladder, pancreas. Yes, this is small intestine, large intestine, appendix, rectum, anus. Okay, what we have learned? Actually, dear students, today is heterotropic nutrition in amoeba and paramecium. Okay, how do organisms obtain their nutrition? And heterotropic nutrition in amoeba, nutrition in amoeba, and nutrition in paramecium, and also nutrition in human being. Yes, heterotropic living organisms, exocrine glands and digestion glands, the role of prophages in alimentary tract, peristalic movement of food in alimentary tract, digestive enzymes, flow chart human being, flow chart of human digestive system. Yes, evolution, dear friends. So heterotropic nutrition in amoeba and in paramecium, nutrition in paramecium, nutrition in amoeba. What is the role of acid stomach, and mention the names of glands and organs which help in digestion. How are fats digested? Where do they get digested? Okay, what is the role of saliva in digestion of food? What is the role of prophages in the alimentary tract? What will happen to protein digestion as the medium of intestine is gradually rendered alkaline? Okay, how can you say that carbohydrates are not digested in the stomach? Okay, what food habits do you follow after reading this chapter? Why? Okay, yes, dear students, tomorrow we will continue. Okay, thank you.